How does the hiring and headhunting process for the CXOs unfold? How do you network, connect with them, communicate the job opportunities?
I think by and large, as a rating search consultant, my job is to solve a business problem. And when I'm looking at a landscape, that is be the company landscape or the candidate landscape, we use systematic research by which we are aligning the company and the candidate to the culture of the firm, to the business objectives of the firm, and the financial objectives of the firm. We also exploit the rich relationships that we have internally as an organization and the networks we built as individuals for decades with our candidate community as well. And basically what we do is look at a collaborative approach internally when we are trying to solve roles, especially in finance, because finance today is a fungible function. You don't necessarily need specific industry experience. I think at a fundamental level, we have to identify the best in class when we are putting up that long list to the board, and from that where they decide to shortlist certain candidates that they would want ABC to engage with. So that's called the shortlisting process when you're working with different boards. Once the candidates are shortlisted based on extensive research and networks, etc., we approach the candidates. And by and large, when it comes to approaching these candidates, it's very important you articulate the nuances of the position. Senior consultants like me take on this conversation, and we basically speak at length with the individual, ideally face to face in many cases. In some cases, if it's a different city altogether, it's initially through a virtual meeting, speaking about the vision, mission, and also talking about the runway for the role once the person comes on board. Some points which I'll take up later in the conversation is how these roles translate to becoming the CEO of the firm. So broadly, again, coming back, we look at approaching the candidate and positioning the company, positioning the assignment in a very strong way. After that's done, we look at assessing the candidates. When you're looking at assessing the candidates, competency-based interviewing model, we basically break that down into a very simple format of hard skills, soft skills, and culture fitment. And based on the assessments that we do on behalf of a client, we put a stacked ranking order where the candidate slots in and what does he bring to the table. Once after a comprehensive exercise of looking at the market, looking across different industries, we come to a final shortlist of 3 candidates, and then the board or the CEO has to decide which candidates you want to go through. We go ahead and do a diligent reference check process to ensure there are no skeletons in the closet, and the feedback is very positive. And then we take it to closure, where we negotiate the compensation on behalf of the client, and we take it to closure. Our job doesn't stop there, Chantel. Once candidate is offered and he's going through a separation process, our job is also to handhold that candidate to ensure the transition is smooth from his organization that is leaving to the new organization that is joining. So broadly, this is the process and how it concludes in terms of a successful hire.